It's beautiful to be loved. Today, I felt obliged to write about a subject that I had never thought of writing about, in honor of a nice gesture made by a very valuable female friend of mine. In fact, what I am going to talk about is closely related to which negative codes in my subconscious need to be broken. All my experiences over the last 7 years, which were well known to my close circle, had caused my trust in almost everything in many social, political, institutional, and even personal areas to be shaken. For this reason, I had begun to think that this issue, which is the most important element in Maslow's list of basic needs, was equivalent to a melting block of ice. It is very difficult to comment on this issue without knowing what psychological problems a person's lack of trust causes. But the effects of this feeling, the absence of which I felt in my bones, were so severe that, let alone commenting, I could even write a whole book. In the beginning, the love, looks, compliments, curiosity about you, and even the tears of all the people around you, starting from your closest parents and relatives, start to seem fake to you. Then, you gradually feel your heart hardening towards all those people. In the next stage, you start to become numb to everything in nature, and in the next stage, you start to have big questions. In fact, it's kind of like a circle of protection. Since everything and everyone is unreliable, a situation like I also should ignore them. However, this thought, which takes you away from your center, automatically leads you, after a long time, to a robotic equation regarding the definition of the universe, where there is no law, where you can never fall in love, where honest relationships can never be established, and where everything is built on a big lie. That's when you start to think that all the beautiful and pure feelings written by William Shakespeare and many others like him ages ago are just fabrications. Until your need to trust becomes irresistible and you strongly desire to trust someone. It was the quiet ringing of my phone on the last day of the year that changed my mind about the subject. A little later, this my beloved friend had come to my house. She gently handed me her gift in a nice gift package and the colorful New Year's cookies she had prepared for me with her own hands. It was surprised, emotion, and cried a little. She hugged me tightly and said, "You are not alone, and I'm glad you are my friend," with affection like a sister or a mother, whispering into my ear. This had melted away all my old feelings with the most reassuring tone of voice I have heard in recent times. I was seeing a pair of eyes and a warm heart in front of me, unselfish, unconditional, without any expectations and struggling only to make the other person happy. My presence was honored by someone with these cute little cookies and crowned with a carefully prepared gift package. Being loved is a beautiful thing, my dear. There is love in it, there is simplicity, there is sincerity, but the most important thing is trust. entering the new year with tears of joy and breaking these heavy taboos means that I am closing the year on a good note. Opening the white pages I mentioned in my first article wasn't as easy as it seemed. It isn't happening. Will not happen. But this doesn't mean that I am pessimistic and hopeless. I can low, be loud, and trust again like everyone else. It is definitely not the skill of a plate of cookies that makes you think like that. It is the great secret of loving unconditionally and being loved, which summarizes the purpose of creation of the universe with a plate of cookies.